I returned from rehab, and my brother had emptied my entire bank account. The ATM screen flashed insufficient funds, and my legs nearly buckled on the sidewalk. I had $43,000 in that account before I checked into treatment 60 days ago. Money I'd saved for 5 years working double shifts at the warehouse. Money that was supposed to be my fresh start. I called my bank immediately, hands trembling so badly I could barely hold the phone. The representative confirmed it calmly. Multiple wire transfers over the past 8 weeks, all authorized by the secondary account holder, my brother Dominic, the same brother who drove me to the facility, the same brother who promised to watch over everything while I got clean. I stood outside that bank feeling more hollow than I ever did at my lowest point of addiction. I drove straight to his apartment. Dominic opened the door wearing a new watch I'd never seen before. His living room had a massive television mounted on the wall, still had the protective film on the edges. He saw my face and immediately started backing up. Before you say anything, I can explain. I pushed past him into his apartment. Designer sneakers lined up by the door. Gaming setup that cost at least $3 grand. Shopping bags from stores he'd never been able to afford. My money was everywhere I looked. I turned to face him and my voice came out barely above a whisper. "Where is it, Dom?" He had the nerve to look offended. "I was going to pay you back. I just needed some help while you were gone." Help. He called stealing $43,000 help. I demanded to see his phone. He refused at first. Said I was being paranoid. Said rehab had made me controlling. But I grabbed it off the counter before he could stop me. His text messages to our cousin painted a different picture. Screenshots of my bank balance. Jokes about how I'd never noticed because addicts don't track money. Plans to drain more before I got released. One message made my stomach turn completely. He's so desperate to stay clean he won't even confront me about it. Too scared I'll tell mom he relapsed. I looked up at him and he actually smiled. "See, we both have secrets now. Let's just call it even and move on." That's when I noticed the stack of mail on his counter. Envelopes with my name on them. Credit card statements I never opened. The first statement showed a balance of $12,000. Card opened 6 weeks ago. The second showed $8,500. The third showed $15,000. All in my name. All at addresses I'd never lived at. Dominic had stolen my identity while I was learning to rebuild my life. He'd taken out credit cards, maxed them immediately, and destroyed my credit score while I sat in group therapy talking about how grateful I was for supportive family. I photographed everything. Every statement, every envelope, every text message still glowing on his phone. He tried to snatch it back, but I was faster. "What are you doing?" His voice cracked for the first time. "Getting proof." He laughed nervously. "Proof of what?" "I'm your brother. You're not going to call the cops on family." I called our mother instead. Put her on speaker right there in his living room. Told her everything while Dominic paced and made cutting motions across his throat. She was quiet for a long moment. Then she said something that made the room spin. "Sweetheart, Dominic told us you gave him access to help with bills. He said you wanted to gift him some money for watching your apartment." She believed him. He'd already built the narrative. I was the addict who couldn't be trusted with money. He was the responsible brother cleaning up my mess. "That's a lie," I said flatly. She sighed. "Honey, I know recovery is hard, but accusing your brother of theft because you regret being generous isn't healthy." Dominic was grinning now, arms crossed, victory written all over his face. He mouthed 2 words at me. "Told you." I hung up without saying goodbye. Dominic relaxed, shoulders dropping, that smug expression settling in. "Now can we move past this? I really was going to pay you back eventually." I pulled up my banking app and showed him the screen. Every single transfer he'd made had been automatically logged with timestamps, IP addresses, and device identifiers. The bank had flagged suspicious activity 3 weeks into my stay, but couldn't reach me because Dominic had changed my contact information. They'd compiled an entire fraud report waiting for my review. His face went gray. "That doesn't prove anything." I scrolled to the section showing the device names. Dominic's iPhone, Dominic's iPad, Dominic's MacBook, all registered to his iCloud account, all connecting from his home address. I'd spent 60 days learning that recovery meant taking responsibility for every single action. My brother was about to learn the same lesson. I walked out of his apartment and drove directly to the police station. Filed a report for identity theft, fraud, and embezzlement. Showed them everything. The officer reviewing my evidence actually whistled low when he saw the total damage. "Your own brother did this?" I nodded. "While I was in treatment trying to save my life. He made copies of every document, took my statement, asked if I wanted to press charges. I thought about all those group sessions where I talked about rebuilding trust, about making amends, about becoming someone my family could believe in again. Dominic had used my absence to destroy everything I was working toward. He'd counted on my shame to protect him. He'd weaponized my recovery against me." The detective arrested Dominic 3 days later at our mother's house during Sunday dinner. She called me screaming, asking how I could do this to family. I told her to check her own bank statements. Dominic had stolen from her too. $6,000 over the past year in small increments she never noticed. She went silent. Then she hung up. Dominic was charged with multiple counts of identity theft and fraud. The court ordered full restitution plus damages. I never got an apology from my mother, but I got something better. 18 months clean and a fresh start built entirely on my own.